Hey there, welcome back. It's Jeff from Picture Time. And today, my daughter and I are in San Diego. We had to come here to do a job for a med device company. We filmed medical training. And I thought it'd be neat to start a little YouTube series. You guys can comment down if you think this is a good idea, but we have 24 hours.
Yes, we do.
24 hours in San Diego. What do you do with 24 hours?
What do you do?
So we left the Westin where we're staying in downtown San Diego in the Gaslamp District, and we're walking towards the pier. Why don't you come along with us and see what there is to do if you only have 24 hours in San Diego, California.
Stay tuned.
So we walked from the hotel right down to Harbor Drive, and there's like a walkway that goes all along the water. And I actually have been here before, and so I highly recommend coming down to the water. San Diego is like a maritime town, a Navy town, so if you like boats and ships and water and stuff, you gotta come down to the water. There's a lot of restaurants along here. Over here, we ended up booking a harbor tour on Flagship, and we're gonna take a harbor tour for 2 hours. I figured it's a good place to start, have kind of a narrated guided tour. We ended up saving by going to Groupon.
It's supposed to be $70 and we got tickets for $45.
Yeah. So we just finished our first hour, the North Bay tour.
Yep.
How was it?
It's beautiful. There's so many cool sights and so much history.
And now we got a 15-minute turnaround and we're gonna hit the South tour.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if you're in San Diego, I think we'd recommend this, right? To get a lay of the land.
We just did the North tour and it was really cool. They split it into 2 halves.
After this, then I think we're gonna head to the south and go to the sea shops and stuff and
Find a place to eat dinner.
find a place to eat dinner.
See
So
if there's an ice cream place around, maybe.
ice cream.
It's a tradition.
Well, I suppose it's like 0 degrees in Minnesota and like 73 here, so we probably should have some ice cream.
We should.
See you soon. The 2-hour harbor cruise is complete. What do we think?
It was really cool. I actually really liked the second half even better than the first one. It was chilly, but it was really cool to see all the boats and their history and stuff.
Yeah.
That in Minnesota.
Naval Station San Diego, 12 piers of all the military boats.
Yeah. And then we got to watch the sunset on the boat pretty much, which was really cool. It was really nice.
And here's where you find it. So it's right down here by the water, and you can buy your tickets right here at Flagship Cruises, or like we did, you can buy them online.
Yes. Go to GroupMe.
Groupon.
Groupon. That's what I meant.
We're not obviously hired by Groupon, are we?
No, I wish. That'd be cool.
So when in San Diego, you have to come down to the Embracing Peace statue right here. The soldier and the nurse kissing to kind of commemorate the end of World War II. And then the big aircraft carrier behind us is the USS Midway. And if you have time and you have any interest in war history, I strongly recommend going through it. We only have 24 hours today, but you really need at least a half day to go through it. I've been there before, and the ship was built in 1945, and in fact it ran all the way through the Gulf War in 91, and they actually have a war room in there where they commanded the operation. It's really interesting, lots of cool airplanes on there and a lot of history. Really worth seeing if you haven't seen it before, so definitely make time for the USS Midway Museum. But today we're just looking at it from the water. So just a short walk to the south of the Midway, and the harbor cruise is the Seaport Village. Shops and restaurants. Let's go check it out. Maybe find a place to eat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
We have to get it. Rummy.
Okay, so we saw the Seaport shops. Cute.
Cute. We got some postcards.
Postcards and something for the dog.
Of course.
But now, we had seafood for lunch. We've had tacos, which are, if you're in San Diego, you got to do fish tacos.
It was unbelievable.
But tonight, we're gonna go to Kansas City Barbecue. It sounds cheesy and sentimental, but it's where they filmed the "You Got That Loving Feeling" scene in the first Top Gun movie.
So we have to.
And the piano's still there.
What's up, folks? We are eating at Kansas City Barbecue, where they filmed a scene from the first Top Gun movie. So we are getting some fried pickles because delish. And then we're gonna get the works, and we're gonna get some pork spare ribs, some chicken, and some beef brisket.
All right, KC barbecue.
It was pretty, the fried pickles were to die for.
Fried pickles were good.
The barbecue was okay.
It was fine. It was like
He's just a good meat cooker, so.
it was an okay. It was more about the experience, right?
It was really fun. They have a ton of memorabilia, like literally all over the walls. It'd be a great place to come for like an appetizer.
Okay, so when though in San Diego, a good thing to do, rent scooters and scooter around the gas lamp quarter.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
What did you find? A gelato. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's park our scooters. Okay, so when we're in San Diego, you gotta get some gelato, right?
I got
what flavor did you get?
dark chocolate hazelnut, has like hazelnut crunch in it, which is like Nutella. And then I got coconut as well.
Yeah, and I got vanilla bean and coconut, and it's very good, but it's too much. I'm gonna have to walk this off.
We're gonna walk back to the hotel.
All right, so we went to sleep.
We did. We slept really well.
Yeah.
We were tired.
Hopefully my snoring didn't keep you up too bad.
No, it wasn't that bad.
And it is just before 7 o'clock on Saturday morning. We have to get the rental car back at 12:30. So we're gonna try and make the best of the morning. Obviously there's tons of stuff you can do in San Diego. We're trying to do this in 24 hours. So we drove up like by Point Loma. We're having breakfast at a fine eating establishment.
The finest of all.
We're just gonna have breakfast at Denny's because it's pretty hard to screw up breakfast at Denny's. So we drove down here to Shelter Island, just on the north side of San Diego Bay here. We kind of learned about this place yesterday. Shelter Island was actually built when they dredged the bay so that higher draft ships like the big carriers and stuff could get through here. And one thing we learned yesterday is that parking here on Shelter Island is free, and you actually don't need a California fishing license to fish off these piers. If you're on the shore or in a boat, you need to have a license, but if you're on one of these piers, you don't. You look cold.
I would say if you're gonna come to San Diego, it gets a little chilly in the morning, so maybe bring like a light jacket. I'm a little cold.
All right, well, let's go check it out and then we'll get back in the warm car. So we're down here, we met some locals. Say hello, what's your name?
How you doing? Ricky.
What's the best months of the year to fish out here and what do you usually catch?
July, August, September. Mackerel, bass, halibut, all that. They're all in action on that time.
All right, well, I hope you catch something, Ricky.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
No problem.
So we left Shelter Island.
We did.
We're driving up to La Jolla, but when in California, if you want to stop at a coffee place,
Got to go to Phil's, P-H-I-L-Z. And
Phil's Coffee.
They make it the coffee right in front of you with like your own barista, and if you don't like it, you can change anything about it. It's pretty cheap considering it's in California. It was like $5 for a large. I'm so excited.
One cup at a time.
I got the iced mint mojito, so it has their signature iced coffee with like mint and everything. It's super good.
So we left Phil's Coffee in La Jolla and came down to La Jolla Beach.
Yes, we did.
Kind of fun. You can come down here, walk the beach. There's surfers. It's low tide right now, so it's kind of wild. But like a lot of kayakers over here. You can rent kayaks in the town of La Jolla if you want. Good place to hang out if you like coming to the beach, but at least we wanted to get on this side of the point in San Diego so we could actually see the ocean.
The ocean.
Let's go. So we didn't feel like surfing or kayaking this morning, so we drove down to the La Jolla Cove, and this is where you can come down and actually get up close and personal with sea lions. You can smell them as soon as you get out of the car.
It sounds so stupid.
We left La Jolla and we're just driving down Mission back to San Diego. There's SeaWorld. If you had more time, you could go to SeaWorld. I've never been here before. It just looked interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're on the way to the airport. We have like 1 hour left. We stop at Old Town San Diego, and it just so happens that there's like this big celebration going on. And I asked Ray, right?
Yes.
Who's a living history specialist. What's going on here? Does this happen every weekend? And he said no.
No, this is a special weekend for us. This is a commemoration of the last Saturday in January of 1847. The Wallen Battalion had just finished their 2,090-mile march, which is the longest military march in American history. And they came all the way from Iowa. They built a road all the way to California, the first wagon road into Southern California. And they arrived here in Pueblo, San Diego. They established this as part of the United States. When they arrived here, they immediately went to work helping the locals. Instead of adobe bricks, which dissolve in water, they fired kiln-fired bricks, which are ceramic and watertight, dug 23 wells, bringing fresh water for the first time. They also built the first courthouse that you can see behind this tent here, which is the first brick building in California. Many of these members headed up the coast from here. They're the ones that discovered gold in California. They printed the first newspaper in California, made the first mint for the money system, helped establish California government, and did great works here before they headed back east to join their families. And some of them brought their families back to California and colonized Riverside and San Bernardino.
Well, Ray, thank you so much for the information. This is fun. Like, this is what happens when you like just drive around with an open mind and like see what you see. And like here we ended up and got to meet Ray and learn something.
Well, I hope you get the chance to go to the museum. It's a great experience.
And that museum,
pound for gold too.
That museum is open year round?
Yes.
So this event is only happening, this weekend once a year, but all year this Old Town is open and people can experience this and learn stuff.
Absolutely.
All right. Great. Thanks, Ray. Appreciate you.
It's a pleasure.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Old Town San Diego, what do we think?
It was really cool.
Yeah, very interesting history, and man, it was kind of a treat to stop here, and I'd recommend stopping if you had time. But now we're headed back to the airport, so we're coming to the end of our 24 hours in San Diego. One thing I would say is this is what we did in 24 hours. There's a lot of other things to do here. You can go to SeaWorld, you could go to the San Diego Zoo. Like I said, and another time probably would do the Midway Museum.
Yeah.
But you know, honestly, I think if you could rent a car just to get a little bit out of the city and drive to La Jolla and some of that stuff, and then here into Old Town and be able to get around a little bit, it's definitely worth it.
Absolutely.
I'd recommend. Hey, on this channel, we like to try and make memories as a family and try and do it on a budget. So thank you for joining us. We'll try and do this again in another city. Please like and subscribe if you would. Helps the algorithm, and we'll see you again soon.